Welcome back if you're just joining me after watching the setup video for Dragons Down. I figured I'd go ahead and take the first few turns as the human knight that I set up in the last video, just to kind of give a good view of how this plays out. So at least this video will be the first few days as the human knight, as he ventures out into the realm of Dragons Down. So just to look at what we've got going on here, I've got my chip ready to go. I've got my player board all set up with my starting resources in the right areas. Kind of quick view of the map right now. We have the 3 civilizations out there. We have the keep, the sanctuary, and the mine. All kind of grouped together in the north up there. That was a random tile layout. Just a quick add-on. I also grabbed this chip. For multiplayer, these chips are used, tokens, it's also for the night, to shuffle up and determine player order each round. And I'll be using that for targeting during combat to show. On the flip side, it shows kind of which enemy I'll be targeting during a round of combat. So before we venture out into Dragons Down, we're going to kind of go over what the things I can do on a given turn will be. So take a look at a quick player board here that has listed out at the top all the different actions I can do during a turn, and I get 4 action points to spend. So I can, the biggest one I'll be doing is move. I'll be moving around right now and exploring. So it says here that entering mountains or swamps are 1 more move action. And if I look on the board, these red spaces are all mountains. And there are on the board some yellow spots which indicate swamps. Nope, there's one right here. So this yellow 5 right here is a swamp action. So that's also going to slow me down. Also, you'll see that there are some dark spaces as well. Those are caves. If my knight ever enters a cave, instead of 4 action points that turn, I'll only have 3 to spend. So they limit what you can do by entering a cave. And that's if I ever, at any point during a turn, enter a cave, I immediately lose an action point for that turn. So I could, for example, never use my 4th action point to enter a cave. Going back to this, I will be kind of moving around. Also be sneaking a lot. Sneaking costs an action point, and that really just kind of it gives me 1 less action point to spend on that turn. In return, though, it means I'm going to be harder for monsters to find when they come out on the board. I could also alert as the knight. That might be optimal. So we'll see what that does. Hopefully, probably for combat, but that makes me a little more efficient during combat, a little more powerful, and also lets me rearrange all my possessions if I do an alert. We'll get into searching. There are going to be hidden paths all around the board. For example, right here we see these purple lines connecting some spaces. Those are hidden paths that I can search and discover to be able to move around the board a little bit faster. You see a lot of tiles have these. Here's another one, and here's a blue one. I can loot when I find treasure sites. I can try to get treasure out of them by rolling loot die, and we'll go over that. And then learning spells, resting, trading with merchants or with other players. If in a multiplayer game, you can trade with each other. And then enchant. That's more for if I ever get a magic cube, or if you start off with as a magic user, you could enchant a tile. So what that means is I could actually, let's use the Murky Woods tile as an example. For 3 action points, you could actually flip this tile over and notice all the paths change, And then you would, as a magic user, specify what kind of magic you're imbuing into the land. And then you would have, there would be, let's say I was a blue magic user and I put blue magic out there. So I'd flip the tile and now there'd be blue magic out there that you could use to power spells. So, but I don't have that ability. As the knight, he is not a magic user. So I won't be doing much enchanting right now. And then finally, exploring. That is mostly, I won't be using that now. In this scenario, I'm using the open realm, but in the explore the realm scenario, you'd be using the explore action to reveal tile by tile as you go out. So looking back here, I think I will probably I'm going to start kind of on the, we always start on the border of the realm and enter in one of these paths off the side. And, you know, I think maybe I'll just start here. First, it's close to me, but I think maybe I'll, as the knight, kind of go through and venture forward. Maybe I'll find some things along the way and then hit civilization and have some good things to trade. The way you get points in the game and the way the solo game works is you play 30 rounds total, and we have this setup card that tells you all the ways you can get LPs. I'm trying to get 20 legend points, and I can do that in a number of different ways. I can find treasures, I can find treasure sites, I can find hidden the Dwarven Ruins or a Forgotten City. I hope I do. If I ever learn a spell, I can get legend point and fame by killing monsters or the natives, so I can take out a whole village or a whole city and get all their points, which are on their chips. If you ever kill a hero, you can enable PvP in a multiplayer mode. It's off by default, but you can get their fame. I could also complete missions. So I can take missions from merchants in civilizations and complete them to get points, and by earning titles. In the last video, I kind of showed how I set up these title cards, so I can go and earn titles by giving the people what they want. And then also when you retire, you can convert all your so that at the end of the game, or when you feel like you've racked up a lot of fame as a character, you can use an action point in a civilization to retire, and then you'll convert every 10 fame into legend points at a 10 to 1 ratio. So that if you don't do that and you die out in the wilderness or don't retire, you lose half your fame at the end of the game. And then if you are on the map at the game end, you also get a legend point. So there we go. So we're trying to get 20 legend points. We can, in a number of different ways. The knight is going to be most likely fighting and looting his way around the board. So we are entering the tile right now. The first thing we do is we see that it is the Ancient Hole, and it is a, zoom in on this. There, it's a cave tile, and as you can see down at the bottom of it is the cave symbol. So we're going to go over here and pull one of these cave tokens. And I have found an item. So we'll go ahead and put that on the board, and I will draw an item from the item deck. And I've found the dagger. So there was a dagger laying around somewhere around the Ancient Hole. Some hero maybe got scared and dropped it along the way, and I found it. And right now I'm going to just put it face down in my backpack. Don't need a dagger right now, but maybe I can sell it for a little bit of gold later. So that was, we're gonna denote that was one action point I spent. So then we're gonna spend another action point to move here onto this woods tile. Wood is only one action point to move onto. And then I have a decision to make. Do I want to spend my remaining 2 action points to move on to this tile? Or do I want to sneak and maybe alert and see if I can fight something that comes along this way? And I think it's early in the game. I don't want to get killed by a pack of dragons or ogres who could potentially come out at night on this tile. So I will go ahead and sneak and alert. And so the way I do that is I will put over my player board cube and sneak and alert to let myself know that I have done both this turn. And that is my 4 actions. So then I'm going to, at the end of this round, that is the end of round 1 for my knight, I will roll the monster dice, which are a group of 4 dice out of this pile over here. I will pick up these 4 dice, and you can see the different symbols. 2 different colors. One of the dice of each color has a bunch of numbers on it, and the other has a bunch of symbols. And these symbols largely match up to what's printed on these tiles all around the board. And we're going to see if any of the symbols match what's on my tile. And if they do, I will probably get some monsters coming my way. So we're going to give those a roll. And we have some scratch marks. And yep, a cave. So we are going to have 3. They're probably going to be bats. Yep, 3 giant bats are coming my way. So we're going to go grab the bats out of the monster piles, and they are immediately going to be on top of me. Now, I mentioned before that sneaking makes me harder to find, and so what happens now is we're going to see if those giant bats actually find me or if I can successfully hide from them. So the way we do that is we grab these 2 black die, which are the hide dice. And we're going to roll these, and if I had not snuck, I would need to roll 2 blanks to remain hidden. As it stands, I did sneak, and if one of them is a red face, I can ignore it. Now, if both of them end up red faces, I am revealed and will get targeted by the bats. So let's find out. Bats are super fast, super hard to hit. Not a great matchup for me, but, and there are 3 of them. So let's hope I stay hidden, because I don't think I want to fight bats right now. And I did. I rolled 1 red and 1 blank. So I am hidden, and I will stay hidden and not fight the bats right now. And that is turn 1. So with the game, there's an adventure journal that comes with it that you can use to track your rounds, and a lot of other things, all the hidden paths you discover and all the sites that you revealed. Not doing that. I'm going to just be using a turn counter right now, and because it's just me, I'll just remember all the things that I'm the only one discovering sites, and I'm the only one revealing secret passages. So I just have a little round counter that I've got, or a hit point counter from another that I had purchased a while ago for D&D, and we're just going to move this, and we're now on round 2, turn 2. And we're going to keep moving forward into the realm and seeing what else is out there. So we're going to move. It's important to note before I move out of here, I get 1 free action to take before these bats try to block me. Now it could be a sneak action, and then I could roll a hide check based on that. And I will probably do that later on with different monsters. The action I'm going to do right now is a move action. So I'm going to move out here. It could be any action. You could try to do something else. There's not much else to do on that space right now, other than move out. So I'm going to do that and move into the Tri-Peaks tile. So now entering the mountains. And we are going to draw a mountain token here and see what we get. And we have found a gate. So that says, and this is, it goes on space 4. So we are going to have a gate up here. And when multiple gates appear, you can use them to travel around. So say if there was a gate on over, well, it would come out, let's say over in a cave, I could use a movement point to move to this gate if it came over there. So then you can start opening up ways to travel more quickly around in the realm. But that's not too interesting for me right now. So now what I think I'm going to do is, I might go over and explore the high pass over here and maybe try some more mountain sites. It's going to take a while to get there, but I think it will be worth it. So to do that, I could search for some secret passages right now, but I don't know if that's going to speed me up at all, really. So I'm going to move down south for 2 points. Notably, not sneaking, not alerting. I will, if a dragon or ogre comes, I will just have to hide normally, and if I'm revealed, I'll have to fight it. So that was my 4 action points, moving 2 and then moving 2. And so now we're going to do another monster dice roll. And see what we get. And look, here we go. We do have some ogres coming, so we will get into some combat. We have 2 ogres, so the numbers pair up with the symbol revealed. So 2, that's like some stench, so the smell of ogres were around, and then they have come out and are looking for me. So let's get those 2 ogres on the board. Let me find them. So we have these guys are coming and landing on me. They come right to me. When you roll something, the only monsters that don't come right to you are going to be sight guardians, and hopefully we'll not see too many of those, but we'll probably see some sights soon and have to worry about that. So then the next thing I do is I will roll these hide dice to see if I hide from the monsters. And I do. Lucky me. But let's see. These guys will do a lot of damage if they hit me. And they are pretty tough to kill. They very strong. It's just the nomenclature of these tiles or these chips are. This is the fame. If I kill them, this is how they're. This 3 is how much damage they'll do if they hit me. So they'll do a damage of 3, and I'll when we actually do combat, I'll go through how that impacts me. This is their attack speed, and this 1 is their attack speed. This 2 is their maneuver speed, so their defensive kind of speed as they dodge around. And this 3 with a shield, the shield means they're armored, and this 3 is kind of their health. And this 8 is their weapon length, so he's going to be attacking me with some sort of, I can't see what's in his hand, but probably like a mace or a sword or something like that. He does have another side he could potentially flip, which in this case, the damage is the same. He's obviously, his health doesn't change, but his attack and defense speed flip. So one goes 1 and 2, but he can flip and put more into his attack and less in his defense. I think at this point, a damage of 3 would be pretty rough with my current armor. I could absorb it in my chainmail, but it would damage my chainmail. When the damage equals this number right here, it would damage my my armor or my shield or whatever, wherever I chose to absorb the blow. And then if I got hit again with that same level or higher, it would just destroy that armor. So I'm actually going to stay hidden. It's good that I passed that check. I don't think I want to fight. If it was 1, I'd fight him, but 2, I'd take a hit, and it would be a little more dangerous for me. Let me flip him back. So the side they always come out with the fame side up. That is their starting side for any monster that comes on the board. So okay, then that ends round 2. I'm going to stay hidden, and then we're going to go to round 3. Round 3, we're going to keep moving around the board. So we're going to do moving to 2, and then I'm going to keep moving quickly. This is a dangerous way to progress through this this world, but I just want to keep moving. Moving through the mountains is slow, and I'm just trying to move along. So there's my 4 action points. Remember, I got that free 1 action to get out from under them before they try to block me, and I'm now over here, still on the same tile. So I didn't reveal anything new. I am going to roll the dice again and see if I get anything rolled. I note right now, if I do roll those, the ogres also already on the board will come to me as well. So I'll get additional monsters with the ogres. So let's see what happens. Oh, wrong dice. And I am safe. We've had caves and scratches, which is nothing that I'm on, so excellent. So here we go. We're going to move on to, that was a quick turn, turn 4. Ooh, here we go. Now moving into the high pass, staying in the mountains. That's 2 action points to move into the high pass. Again, we're going to reveal another mountain token, and we got, this is going to be an interesting one, the Forgotten City. So when either the Forgotten City or the Dwarven Ruins get revealed, we're going to put that on the map. I get a legend point and 5 fame, if you'll recall, for just revealing that. So let's go ahead and grab my legend point and 5 fame. So now we are on the scoreboard. Turn 4, we made it. And now the rules for the Forgotten City is I draw 1 of each tiles for each terrain pack in the game. So I grab a wilderness token, a cave token, and a mountain token, and they're all going to get revealed on this tile. So it's hopefully going to be a busy tile. And we found a minor discovery. We have a site, and then we have an item. So let's kind of resolve those one at a time. The minor discovery is really, I just roll these 2 dice and get the corresponding fame and gold that shows up on there. So let's see, I'm gonna get some gold, I got a bunch of gold. So that will be handy when I get into town and want to buy some stuff. So let's grab some gold. There we go, 7 gold and then 5 more. So 12 gold total. So that'll go in my backpack. Okay, the next thing I got was an item. So again, we just draw an item from the top, and that's a battle axe. So very close to what I already have equipped, my longsword. It's actually, my longsword has a longer reach of 10. Battle axe is a little shorter, and otherwise they have very similar statistics. They can do the same amount of damage. So I'm going to put that in my backpack as well. And then finally, probably the most important thing is I have revealed a site on this tile. So we are going to, let's kind of put these off to the side. So we're going to draw, and the setup, we created a site pile. And I'm going to draw a site from it. So we go reach over here. I shuffled these up, and let's see what we found. Or we have not found it. Let's see what's going to be around in here. So we have the chamber, and this tells me the chamber goes in space 1, which is over on the other side of the mountains. So I will have to cross the mountains to be able to get to that. But that'll be great. So I want to now go over and find the chamber. And the way so I need to make my way, I've got 2 more action points left. And then, so I will, let's see what can come out here. We've got dragons and orcs. I will sneak and alert. So I will go back and put these here. And let's see what happens tonight. And we did have, everything came out. So we're going to have, let's see, 2 dragons. And we're going to have orcs. You'll see over here, that shows a picture of 2 dice. We're going to have this, so you add up the numbers on both dice here, and we have 3. So we're going to get 2 dragons and 3 orcs. Come straight to me. So here come, let's get the juvenile dragons here. And they come to me, they fly down and land on me. Apparently they don't like me around the Forgotten City. It's crawling with bad guys. And then let me find the orcs. Let's see, where? Oh, there we go. I will have 3 of those come to me. I've got a bow orc, a sword orc, and another sword orc. Oop. And then I grabbed an extra one. I'll put that one back. And so now we have a huge stack of monsters now have just landed on me, and they're hunting for me. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is roll the hide dice to see if I remain hidden. And I hope I do, and I am hidden. How about that? So I will stay with a stack like that. It's a good idea to stay hidden. So I will advance the turn counter, and okay, sorry, I had to take a quick pause. So we're now on turn 5. We are going to probably go against strategy a little bit and run to the chamber. We're going to use 4 action points to move through the mountains. Hopefully we don't roll mountains or ogres again this time. We are going to be exposed if we do, so let's roll that up. And we did not. Oh, we got lucky. So we got a little bit closer to the chamber, so we'll be able to move in on it in rounds, turn 6. So we are going to move this up to 6. And move. It's 1 movement point to get onto the chamber. It is not in the mountains, so we've successfully crossed the mountains. And so now, the next thing I need to do is search for the mountains. You could call search as one of the actions I can do. So I'll use my second action point to roll these search dice. So what I'm looking for is in Dragon's Down, always rolling, as you've probably noticed, 2 dice and accepting the worst result, which in this case would be a blank face. I want 2 successes on this, 2 spyglasses. So we're gonna roll these up, and I got 1 success. Now with searching, if I continue searching this turn only, I only have to roll 1, the blank dice. I only need to re-roll this. Now if I fail this turn and have to continue searching next turn, I'd have to start all over again. So I have 2 action points remaining, so I will spend the first one on re-rolling this, and it's blank, and I don't want to risk it again, so I am going to sneak for my last action before we roll the monster dice, because now I am on a site and we could potentially have the guardian of the chamber come out, which is the Titan. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to roll the dice and see what happens. So we have caves and bones. That's actually going to be good for us. I compare that to what's on the tiles and on my tile, and I'm good. So we are going to move on to turn 7, which hopefully I will find this chamber. So we are going to go back to the search dice. Roll these for my first action. Blank. Second action. There we go. And if we look by the card, if I first to find a treasure site, which I just did, I get a legend point and 5 fame. So let me grab that and put that away. So now I have 2 legend points and 5 fame, which is potentially 3 legend points. And now that I've found it in my first 2 action points, we're gonna go ahead and refer back to these we left blank when we set up. So we do have the chamber right here. And we see the chamber is gonna be full of, have 3 deep treasures and 3 treasures. So I will grab 3 treasures. They're gonna go at the bottom of the chamber. And we're gonna put 3 deep treasures on the top. And that is gonna be what I can find when I search the treasure, when I loot the chamber in the coming up. So I actually have 2 more action points, and I will use the first one to loot. And to loot is very similar to search. I roll 2 dice. These are my loot dice, the yellow ones. They have these hands on it and then numbers up through 5. And I will take the worst result of both of them. And in that case, I want the lower numbers. If I roll the hand, it means I get to reveal the top 3 cards, look at them, and then pick one that I will take. So if I roll 2 hands, I would get to do that. Otherwise, I take the worst, the highest number of the 2. So I'm gonna roll this, and I rolled a 1 and a 3, which means I'm gonna be going for the 3rd card down in this deck. So because the deep treasures are on top, the lower you go, kind of the worst treasures are at the bottom. So the 3rd card down is a deep treasure. So we'll set that out. And let's see what I found in my first loot. And I got a Mace of Smiting, which is pretty good. It has a might cube already in it. So when I play this weapon, I don't need to use one of my own cubes to do it. It's already there. So I only need to play 2 cubes to do full max damage. And you know what? I am going to equip that. It's a little bit shorter than my longsword, but being able to do that much damage with fewer cubes is pretty great. So I'm going to put that here in my weapon. See, I just matched that symbol with that. So there we go. And then for my last action, I'm going to sneak one more time. And we will roll the hide dice, or the monster dice. And we did roll mountains. So that does mean I have one more dragon is going to come out, one more juvenile dragon, and get added to this. It's going to land on me. It also activates this stack of monsters by rolling a matching symbol. The stack of monsters all on this tile comes to me. So I am going to have to roll the hide dice and to make sure I stay hidden from this. Good thing I snuck. Yep, only one symbol, so I can ignore it because I snuck. So the remaining one is a blank symbol, so I am hidden from these monsters. So now we are going to go to turn 8. Now I have a choice to make. Do I want to continue sneaking and searching for loot with all these monsters on me, or do I want to move out and stay a little safer? I'm here for the treasure, so I'm going to keep on looting. So the first thing I'm going to do for my first action then, my one free action before these guys try to find me and block me, is I'm going to place a cube down here on sneak. So now I immediately, because I'm under these monsters, going to roll the hide dice. And I am hidden from them. And that means that I can continue on with my turn. I'm going to go ahead and move this over to hidden. That is my status. I can lose that status if I move, but I'm not going to move. No, I'm going to loot. I've got 3 actions to loot. There are 5 treasures left in the pile, so I am guaranteed to treasure this first roll. And I will get the 4th treasure down. So we'll go over here. 1, 2, 3. All right, and it is a treasure. Sorry about all the shuffling. The Bracers of Finesse. That lets me spend a might cube in a healthy might cube, this means, in a maneuver box, action speed or a maneuver box. So I can play a brown. Usually you can just play brown cubes down here, but now I can play a red cube down there. So I will go ahead, as I find an item, I can immediately equip it. So I will do that. And because it shows a picture of both hands, I put it in the center, meaning I've got both hands wearing these bracers. All right, so that was my first loot action. Second loot action, hope I keep finding stuff. 5 and a 5, that is just not going to do it. There are only 4 treasures left. So I have one more loot action to go. And that will successfully find a treasure. And I will have the Gloves of Aggression. Okay, so that's actually probably even better for me than the Bracers of Finesse. This means that I automatically get a, let's put this to my backpack. I'll go ahead and equip this. I'll put a pink cube in the spot, but this actually automatically gives me a free cube in my attack speed. So now I will be able to attack even faster. I'm going to just put a pink cube there to know that the Gloves of Aggression are there. So if I ever unequip these, I'll have to take that pink cube away. But I'll get that glare out of there. So now I'll be able to attack a whole lot faster. Okay, and that is the turn, and we're going to roll the monster dice. I'm already hidden. For this turn, I didn't move. We'll just see what else coming. So we're going to get more dragons. 2 more dragons are coming to us. Sure, why not? And we're going to take a break for this. It's we're going to start round 9. Okay, going to start round 9 now. Still under a stack of monsters here. Still 3 treasures left in the chamber that I'd love to find. So let's go ahead and get started on my turn. The first thing I'm going to do is sneak, which will immediately get challenged by the monsters. I'm going to have to do a hide check to make sure I am hidden and can continue on with my turn. And I am definitely hidden, so I will loot. Let's get some of those good treasures. That is not going to do it. 4 is too high. To my 3rd action point. 3. All right. We do have something as a treasure. So we're going to pull the bottom card on the chamber. There's only going to be 2 left now. Symbol of alertness. That's pretty good for me. This means I always get a free alert every round. So I can go ahead and use it if I want. And I will just always be alert. So I like that. That's good. And I'm going to equip it. I've got, see, it goes in one of these equipment spots. I have 3 of them on the board. And I'll just put it over here in this first one. And now I have 1 more action left. Oh, let's get grabby hands. Got 1. So anyway, there's a 5 though. So I'm not going to be successful there. Okay, so that ends my turn 9. We are going to roll the monster dice to see what happens here. And let's see, I've got woods and scratches. None of them match where I am. I will say that if this pops up, the Titan will come to the chamber, but we have not rolled this yet. So I have been safe from him. I'm going to try looking at the map now for turn 10. Let's update my turn tracker. If I move these out of the way, there's a secret passageway up to 5. I think that might be the fastest way to, rather than going through the mountains, trying to find that secret passage and moving up north. So I will do my sneak first before I start searching for that. So I will have to roll a hide check. And we will ignore that. I am hidden with this dice roll. So now I'm going to do a search, just like I searched for the chamber. I'm going to search for that secret passage. So I need to roll 2 successes on this. The same rules apply. I can re-roll blank dice in subsequent turns. So let's go ahead and give it 1 roll. All right. And I am just successful in that. Don't get any points or fame for that, but now I can use this passage for the remainder of the game. I know where it is and how to find it. So with that, I will, on my 3rd action point, move out to these plains up in 5. So I'm going to start moving north. And then I will, you know what, I'm just going to get away. I know bats and, I'm looking ahead, I can see bats and dragons can come out up in the caves, but I'm going to just get away from the chamber and all these monsters. And hopefully my luck is better up here. So I did not, I get my free alert, and I will go ahead and I will show that I'm alert. And I will pull a caves tile for entering the caves. Let's see what I get. And I did find another site. So we'll put this here and draw another site from the site pile. And I've got the shrine. And the shrine is right here on 4. So I have a little bit of traveling to do, including finding another secret path to get to it. But I think that'll be worth it. It'll be good. So let's go ahead. Those are all my actions. I'm going to roll the monster dice and see what happens. Okay, so let's resolve this one first. Or let's, you know what, let's resolve this first. This is the monster's return. So all those monsters that are not on my tile, I'm now on this tile, are going to go back into their stacks. So we're going to put them all away. Bye-bye dragons, bye-bye orcs. I'm sorry you have to go. So we're going to move all of them off the board. These ogres are going to go away. Sorry ogres. And these bats are going to go fly away. Fly away bats. Now we are going to get, this got rolled, and we are going to get 1 adult dragon. And I am going to get that on the board. Where are you, adult dragon? Here we go. Here's what an adult dragon looks like. They are 3 and armored, and they have a damage of 2. This is on their face up side, so they're going to come out with it. He's worth 12 fame, and he has a movement speed of 3 and a attack speed of 1. If he flips, well, I think we're going to try to fight this guy, so we might risk him flipping. He is going to cast Fireball on me, which could be pretty bad. His attack speed is 2 on that side, and his maneuver speed is 2. So let's go ahead and set up combat. We'll move these dice out of the way. And I am going to first, before we initiate the full combat, I did not sneak. I just moved. I'm going to roll my high dice. I always roll this to see if I stay hidden, but this time, because I did not sneak, I can't ignore anything. So I am revealed. I cannot ignore this. So we are definitely, he is going to target me, and I am going to target him right back. So now we get to play the cube game, where we figure out how we want our tactics to go. So I guess there is, right now, after we target, there is a round where I could technically run away if I had the maneuver speed. Should I glare? So right now I can play maximum maneuver speed of 1, but if I could outmatch his maneuver speed of 3, I could run away from him. So that counts even if there's 20 monsters out there. If I could have the highest maneuver speed, I could run away from them. And I'd essentially leave the clearing and kind of be outside. And so my next turn, I'd have to move away or back, or, you know, I have to move to a clearing at the start of my next turn. But can't do that here. His maneuver speed is 3. My max maneuver speed is 1. That's not an option for the knight. He is slow and armored and not, that's just not his style. So I think what I will do with the knight is I've got these gloves of aggression, which is really helping me out. I can play 6 cubes because I did have my symbol alertness that let me alert last turn. I'm not sneaking, but I am hidden. Oh, sorry, not hidden. I'm revealed. I can play 6 cubes here. So here's how I think I'm going to play this. I'm going to put 2 cubes on my mace. So now I'll be doing 3 damage to this dragon, should I hit. And then I will max out. I've got 3 cubes I can play to my attack speed. So that gives me, with my gloves of aggression, an attack speed of 4. And then I have a cube left over. I'll just put it in my maneuver speed box. So I will have a maneuver speed of 1. Okay. And so let's go see how that plays out with the dragon here. The next thing we do is we see what the dragon does for his tactics, meaning does he flip or not. And the way we do that is we're going to roll one of these high dice, and if it turns out red, he'll flip. If it is blank, and 4 out of 6 of these are blank, he will stay on this side. So let's go over here and roll to see what happens. And he does not flip. Flipping would have been bad. So if I look at this, you'll see that he has that 3 health here, and a shield, meaning he's armored. Now, armor in Dragons Down works that it will block a sharpness icon. If I bring back my sword that I had at the beginning of the game, this had a sharpness, so I could potentially hit something for up to 3 might with a sharpness. So that, if I had maxed out my longsword, would have done 3 in a sharpness. Now the shield would have mitigated the sharpness, meaning that only the 3 might would hit. If I had attacked an unarmored monster, I could hit them for 3 in a sharpness plus, so that would be 4 damage to them. So with the mace, though, it is not a sharp object. It is going to just club him, and he is not, his armor is not going to do much good for him there. So if I look at this, my attack speed is 4 with the Gloves of Aggression. His maneuver speed is 3. So I actually, because my attack speed is greater than his maneuver speed, when I hit him, I'm going to automatically kill the dragon. Now we resolve turn order. In the first round, there's an optional rule that I usually play with called Closing the Distance, which means that I will. Turn order is based on weapon length, and my weapon length here is 2. The dragon is just going to be biting me, so he doesn't have a weapon at all, so there's no number here, which means his weapon length is 0. So I will be attacking first, and in subsequent rounds, if it goes on past 1 round, we go in order of attack speed. His attack speed here was 1. With the 4 cubes here, my attack speed is 4, so 4 would go first anyway. So we'll resolve my attack, which we come back here. I'm going to be doing 3 might damage, an attack speed of 4, and my maneuver speed to counter any attack that he has is at 1. So we're going to just look at my attack speed here versus his maneuver speed of 3, and I automatically hit him. I'm going to do that 3 damage here. His health is 3. Now, we ignore the armor in this case because I'm not doing any piercing damage. I'm whacking him. So I am going to do that 3 damage to him and kill this dragon. So I will put him down here, kind of in my backpack, and take the 12 fame that I get for killing that dragon. So there we go. That is combat. An easy combat for the knight. That's a good matchup for him. So I think we're going to pause now with our knight closing in on the shrine, having just defeated an adult dragon. I think the next few turns we'll play when we come back. I will be venturing and finding that shrine, and then hopefully making my way to a civilization and up in the north. There are a few right around me, so we'll see which one makes the most sense once I get through the shrine. Thanks for watching so far, and that was the first 10 rounds of Dragons Down.